Chef Mark, I'm in the laboratory today to answer a very important question, one that has been simmering up for so long. And that is, why can't I take a commercial range and put it in my home? And that's a great question. If you look at the price of a commercial, let's say 36-inch range, it's a couple $1,000, and it looks like it represents an amazing value. So why not slot that into the space in your home? Instead of spending $6,000, $8,000, $10,000, $12,000 on the same range, seemingly same range, at a residential or home appliance? Well, that's a great question. So we're going to take a deeper dive into what is the difference between a commercial range and a residential range, and why the price difference is so vast between the two. We're going to go visit one of my favorite stores here in Denver, Standard Restaurant Supply. We're going to check that out. And then, of course, we're going to visit our friends at Appliance Factory and Mattress Kingdom, look at some of those ranges, and we're going to find out the real reason why.
Okay, here's a prime example, a 60-inch range at $5,086, so $5,100. You know, if you've looked around, 60-inch ranges are about $20,000 from a non-commercial standpoint. So that's a big difference in cost. But of course, a commercial range is designed so differently. Let's dig into the guts a little bit and I'll show you a few things. So the big thing about a commercial range is, first off, the ovens are always gas, which is why you have this a piano, a level up here. This is actually a vent for the gas, and it's something that you see in almost every single commercial range. It makes the range considerably deeper. It wouldn't fit in a standard countertop. Also, this is 60 inches, but it could be 61 or 62 inches. The measurements aren't as precise on these as they are in a home, because you just line up all the appliances under the hood. You don't have to fit them in a cabinet. And then just features. So check it out. This is a standard oven. There's no convection oven. The doors slam shut. There's no glass, so there's no soft close. There's no glass. There's not even an oven light. So they're very, very basic. The knobs are relatively inconsistent. You don't have indentations. You just kind of have to look at the flame, and every time you reach down here and turn the knob, you're going to get a different outcome. The ovens aren't very precise either. You could turn this to 350, but that's merely a suggestion. Typically, you put a thermocouple, a thermometer in there, and double check the temperature if you're baking something precisely. And then finally, the burners themselves. Of course, you have an open burner, which means you have a spill tray down here, which needs to be cleaned constantly after most shifts. And then the burners, this whole thing can come apart. And the reason for that is for easy repair. A commercial range needs a lot of love. Things get out of whack, like these igniters here. This is a pilot light that stays lit all the time. So you're kind of constantly burning gas, you're constantly creating heat, which is why you need great ventilation and fireproof walls and those ancol systems to make this a viable option. It's just really not doable, I find, for the home cook. So we all love a French door oven. This is a standard dual stack. You can put 10 full-size sheet trays at a time in this oven. And this happens to be a nice one, you could tell, because both doors open. This guy is dangerous. This is one of the most dangerous appliances in the commercial kitchen. I'll show you why. You pull the door open, this bounces open, and then when it bounces back, it hits your arm and burns you. When I was working in kitchens, I'd have a row of burns on my left arm from this exact oven. Let's start a deeper dive into the residential style appliance with this 36-inch range. This is a Gen Air range. Regardless of the brand, there's a few things that make a residential or home style range very different than the commercial range. First off, it's looks and design. In a commercial kitchen, you don't need brass beauty rings, oven lights, bullnose lighting around the knobs here. That's just really things that will break in a commercial kitchen. Also, in my experience, if you run a home appliance for the amount of sheer hours a restaurant needs it, a home appliance just can't last. You just can't hold up to the rigors. So, working in a cooking school, we would come in the morning, we would turn on the wall ovens at 7 a.m. And then when I would leave at night, we would turn them off at 10 p.m. or later, 7 days a week, 363 days out of the year. What you ended up with was the heating elements just couldn't really keep up. The commercial oven can do that. Commercial oven, you could turn that on and leave that on 24 hours a day for the entirety of its life for 30 years. But I find that with a home range, it will last a year or two and then it will just have lived its life. So most home cooks, I would say the majority of home cooks, we come in, we turn our oven on, we bake our cake, let's say we turn our oven off. So it might be on for an hour or two only. And that's normal cooking at home. That's just not how commercial ranges work. So a home range needs a few things that make it safe for home use. What do we have here? Well, we have insulated walls. Thickly insulated walls help hold in the heat and make it very efficient. We have a smaller oven cavity. And the reason for that is to manage the heat, keep the heat where it belongs inside the oven. We don't have huge ventilation in a home, so we need to make sure that we're keeping the heat where it belongs. Gliding ruler racks. This is something that you would almost never see in a commercial range, mainly because they just won't hold up to the rigors of commercial cooking. When you're cooking for literally hundreds, if not thousands of people a day, you need reliability. Here we have a glass oven, glass door. This would break in a commercial kitchen. And in fact, in a commercial kitchen, the doors are so strong that you can open the door and stand on the door to reach over the range to clean behind it. That would definitely break these oven hinges. Not that they're not high quality, but it's just the fact of life there. And then finally, soft close. Oh, I love that feature. But in a commercial kitchen, you know how we close an oven door? With our foot. So what we do is we get in here, we just give it a kick. And if you do that enough times with a nice soft closed door, you're gonna have an issue. And then finally the burners. So here we have seal burners. See, this is cast iron and this is heavy duty, but in a commercial range, you'll find these will be double, triple the weight to be able to hold pots that literally weigh hundreds of pounds. This is a seal burner, so you can see here the bottom of the range runs directly up to the burner cap, so it's very easy to clean and it's beautiful. This is beautifully constructed. A commercial range has open burners, and those open burners allow for more air to come through, but also easier cleaning. In fact, we have an example of an open burner range. There's one still being manufactured that we carry. Let's go take a look. Viking is a brand of appliances that have been around for a long time. They're a premium manufacturer of home appliances. And what I like about the 5 Series is this is the most similar range you can find to a restaurant style commercial range. And I'll show you why. We have what's known as an open burner. So I'm going to pull off the burner cap here. You can see, look at this. We can look down into the bowels of the ship. This is a drip tray. Traditionally, this gets cleaned out after every shift. You have the burner cap, and this whole thing can come apart. Now you can actually see the gas lines and the burners and the wires. It's all exposed. Well, this is for a couple of reasons in a commercial kitchen. One, it's less expensive to manufacture a range like this, but you have the added benefit, the range is able to breathe from underneath. So when you have an extremely large pot, let's say you have a 30-gallon pot sitting on your stovetop, it could cut off the air very easily from a stove that doesn't have good airflow. So part of what you see in a commercial range is more of an open design. And commercial ranges will also have a pilot light that's on all the time. Exposed pilot lights are a thing of the past.
Now they're all electronic ignition, so when you turn the burner on, it will click click, and that little mini spark plug will light the burner. It's much safer, it's more energy efficient, it doesn't heat up your kitchen during normal operation. When it comes to the difference between commercial cooking and pro-style home cooking and refrigeration, it's important that you get it right. And it's easy. Go ask the experts. Come into Appliance Factory and Mattress Kingdom and ask the important questions. What's going to be right for my home? More power isn't always better when you're cooking at home because it comes to safety of your property and safety of the people inside of it. So unless you're willing and able to put a true commercial kitchen in your home, the residential style pro appliances are amazing. They cost a little bit more, but you get a lot more. And that's what we want when we're cooking. Peace of mind and safety. This is Chef Mark. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, make sure you like and subscribe.